If you're itching for a little Tesla stock fixin', I wouldn't blame you. The stock's up close to 4% at the time of recording this video. What in the hell is going on? Well, there's a couple key developments that I think you need to know as Tesla stock investors, and let's jump straight into it with the breaking news. Tesla is reportedly accelerating plans to speed up a manufacturing base in India, with company officials set to meet agency heads and top government officials soon. Senior executives from Tesla met the newly appointed CEO of Invest India, which assists global investors to invest and operate in India. Economic Times, a local newspaper, reported, citing their sources. While the details of the recent meeting with Ray remain undisclosed, it follows a reported virtual meeting between Goyal and Tesla CEO Elon Musk earlier this month. So it looks like Tesla is indeed trying to build a new gigafactory in India a lot faster than maybe we had previously thought. Why this is important? Well, India is basically an untapped market. India has the highest population of any country in the world. And the reason Tesla doesn't sell that many vehicles in India is pretty straightforward. It's a developing nation. A lot of the nation is very underdeveloped. If they can get a low-priced vehicle in there, Tesla will do well in India. And really to establish dominance early, as other EV makers are losing massive amounts of money on their vehicles already, it's going to be 5 or 10 years before a GM or Ford can even get their hands on vehicles in India. This is a massive step in the right direction for Tesla stock investors, but this might not be the biggest news that is actually affecting Tesla stock on the day today. Chinese stocks are also outperforming on the day today as stimulus hopes are rising. Chinese stocks were the sole outliers for the day, logging strong gains as government pledges of more stimulus measures saw investors piling into heavily discounted markets. A lot of Tesla's business is done in China. It's kind of like if America were to stimulate, if we had low inflation, Tesla would do well in America. Same thing for China. China, if they start to stimulate their economy, it's going to lead to more consumption, more people buying Tesla vehicles. This is a fundamental positive and a real fuck you to the bears, because a lot of people are saying Tesla's losing market share in China, that sales are going to slow down even further from here. Especially if China gives out stimulus, that's not going to happen. Another reason why your heavy growth stocks are also outperforming on the day today is because we heard from Fed Jerome Powell Wednesday, and he put a future rate hike on the economic data. If the economic data comes in hot, he says we're going to get another rate hike. If it continues to fall and inflation continues to ease, well, we're probably not going to. Core PCE price index month over month came in this morning at 0.2%. This is 2.4% annualized, a little bit higher than where the Fed wants to see this, but it's a very positive step in the right direction. You've actually been falling on the core PCE pretty consistently ever since January of 2023, when this was at 0.6% month over month. Since April, you have fallen 0.1% every single reading. Fed Jerome Powell yesterday put the significance of a rate hike or a rate pause at the next meeting on the economic data, and the economic data is supporting a pause. At the same time, personal income month over month came in today at 0.3%. You were expecting 0.5%. Any fears of a wage price spiral, well, just got shot down this morning. Personal spending, on the other hand, came in at 0.5%, and you were only expecting 0.3%. So you're getting weaker inflation data, which is positive. You're getting personal income not going as high as expectations, which is good for that wage price spiral argument, or rising wages leading to more inflation. And you're also getting personal spending that's coming in better than expectations. This is a Goldilocks kind of scenario. Inflation falling, consumer doing well, leads to that soft landing, which is good for Tesla, which is good for growth stocks. But as you guys know, that doesn't quite stop all of the haters. Ford CEO says Tesla is having a Model T moment. It's Elon Musk's biggest test. Now, the Model T, when this was introduced, they had to heavily discount back in the early 90s. Ford was 1 year away from going bankrupt. Ford CEO says, quote, "I think this is really one of Tesla's most challenging moments. They got through Model 3 and Model Y commercialization in the plant and scaling production. The next big test turns out to be their heavy discounting to stimulate demand, which is a sugar high, and it continues to deteriorate the elasticity." I think what's happening here is actually quite simple. Ford is concerned about Tesla's launch into the truck market, as the Cybertruck has over 10 times the amount of pre-orders as the Ford F-150 Lightning. I would be worried and concerned if I was Ford as well. Fear not if you're a Tesla stock investor. The option activity today is incredibly bullish, and options, if you're unfamiliar, is a way to leverage a bullish or bearish position. The positive order value today is 73% positive. You have seen 523 hedge fund and institutional orders worth almost $200 million. And if you look at some of these individual trades, this one stands out to me, a January 19th, 2024 $416.60 call worth about $62,000. Someone's betting that Tesla could hit new all-time highs by the beginning of 2024. That's an incredibly bullish leveraged bet. Or even this, September 1st, 305 call. This trade worth over $500,000. 305 by September 1st, that's a pretty short-term bullish bet as well. Or this one, a January 17th, 2025, $610 call worth about $200,000. It's clear today, the options market is telling you something. If you don't listen to me, I would listen to the options. And it's telling you Tesla stock is likely to go higher from here. And there's a lot of reasons for this. Cybertruck would be a notable one that's right around the corner. In other Tesla as well as EV news, police were on the scene last night at Tesla's headquarters in the far southeast Austin region. This is because of a false shooter call, and it really makes you question what the intent was. But here you have all the Tesla workers, and seemingly everything was fine. China also bars Tesla cars from the World University Games amid Xi Jinping's presence for safety reasons, says this report. China has long had a concern over Tesla's ability to use their exterior cameras and their potential to capture sensitive information. Several years ago, when accusations of spying and data collection surfaced, CEO Elon Musk addressed the concerns by asserting that the company would face closure if it utilized its vehicles to gather sensitive information for political purposes. Quote, "There's a very strong incentive for us to be very confidential with any information. If Tesla used cars to spy in China or anywhere, we would get shut down," Musk said. Despite what Elon Musk said at the time, Tesla vehicles underwent a security review from Chinese officials, primarily focusing on the cameras and the syncing of smartphones to the car. Consequently, military members and government officials were banned from driving a Tesla in March 2021. If this was really a cause for concern, Tesla would not be selling vehicles in China to begin with, so really there's nothing here, although the bears are going to point this out. And finally, Maserati says they will never participate in price wars like those unleashed by Tesla, said the CEO David Grasso. Grasso said this strategy does not fit into his brand's plans for the future. According to investing.com, Tesla getting downgraded could be a good thing. And they cite because these downgrades have not come with price target decreases, the longer term trend of Tesla remains very positive. This is a fantastic article if you guys want to give it a read. We're obviously not going to read the whole thing, but I will link it down below in the description of this video. I do, although, want to read the last paragraph. It says, "There is some merit to the argument that shares are reasonably well valued at current levels, especially if you consider that Tesla's price to earnings ratio has doubled since December. But at 75, it's still well below the 1,100 PE ratio it commanded back in 2020. It's hard to make the argument that Tesla shares are overvalued right now when they're trading down 40% from all-time highs while turning over record revenue. And so, while the current run might be due for a breather, any weakness in the coming weeks just means more upside in the longer term. We are also seeing this video on Twitter of a Tesla semi with a full load driving over 500 miles on a single charge with actual video proof. This, I think, is more reassurance of the Cybertruck's upcoming capabilities. If the Tesla Semi can do this, I'm sure the Cybertruck can do something quite similar. A lot of people have these concerns that the Ford F-150 Lightning, for an example, only gets around 150 miles of range when you haul a bow or you're hauling a heavy load. If the Cybertruck can do 500 miles of hauling, as we have previously been told, that's going to be very good for the conversion rates from traditional gas trucks to something like a Cybertruck. And this is all of these Cybertruck deniers right now.
But I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Pretty accurate if I were to say so myself. We are also continuing to see very bullish 13F filings coming out from hedge funds, institutions, and money managers, increasing those positions in Tesla. That's exactly what I have done today as well, and on many other days have been buying the dip in Tesla. If you guys want to come trade with me live in real time, get access to some of the trades that I am making, well, all of the trades that I'm making, it's never a recommendation. I simply put out my due diligence, I give you a thesis, and I give you my trade, and you can come to your own conclusions whether you like that, whether you agree, you disagree, or even inverse play the trades that I make. If you guys want access to all of that, link down below in the description of this video. That is neither here or there. Tesla stock into the future has a degree of uncertainty. I don't mean the business, I mean the stock. The stock could go up or down. The thing that I have been saying increasingly every other day, every other video, to keep people reminded is I don't think Tesla falls by itself, meaning that you have earnings out of the way. We're looking forward to positive catalysts like the Cybertruck, or potentially licensing of full self-driving, or margins improving throughout the rest of this year. The last earnings we got, the last delivery numbers we got, were very positive. So until the next earnings or the next delivery numbers catalyst, or just the next catalyst in general that could be negative comes out, I don't think Tesla falls independently. Meaning that if the markets crash, well, Tesla's going to crash even more than the markets. If the markets rally from here, Tesla's going to rally even more than the markets. That's what we're seeing today. Tesla is outperforming the S&P as well as the NASDAQ by over 3x. And I think that trend continues as long as the markets continue higher. The real test of the day today, heading into the final minutes of trading, is does Tesla hold that 265 level? If we hold that, that's a very good sign that we're likely to get higher prices from here. I have had this trend line drawn up here on the charts, and it's sitting right at about $265. At the time of recording this video, Tesla is above this trend line, but continuously is dipping under this, especially intraday. If you can hold above this, as well as where this line is, hopefully you guys can see. Let me expand the chart a little bit more if I can, and it won't let me. But if you hold this level, that likely means more upside over the next coming weeks. But don't take my word for it. I am not a financial advisor. But really the bottom line is, over the next couple of weeks, anything can happen. We know Tesla's a very volatile stock. But over the next couple of months, call it 6 months from now, after the Cybertruck gets released and we get more clarity on the range, the price, how many pre-orders are actually finalizing their orders, things of that nature, Tesla stock is going to be going one direction, in my personal opinion. And that's going to be higher. As Gary Black just said 2 days ago, the Cybertruck is the catalyst that will catapult Tesla stock higher into the end of this year, and especially in 2024. The last time Tesla introduced a new model, well, Tesla stock was trading at over 1,000 times PE, and that was back towards the end of 2020 and 2021. And now the business has only reaccelerated to a much larger degree than you could have even forecasted back in 2020 and 2021. The business has more than doubled itself, yet the stock is down 40% from its highs. That's why I personally continue to buy Tesla stock almost every single day. So that is going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about Tesla stock today and into the future. If you guys also want to take it a step further and come trade with us live in real time, well, link down below in the description of this video. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you made it to the end of this video and you are hearing my voice, because it's free 99 and hopefully will help you make money in future videos. That's it. Most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day and your weekends, and I will see you in the next one.